Welcome to meditation for the ultimate manifestation. I'm Ana Ajo Kangas, and I'm going to take you through a visualization. We are going to raise awareness and connect to the wisdom within. Are you ready to attract anything you desire? Let's begin with taking a few large, deep breaths, exhaling with an ah. Breathing in. Ah. Take another deep breath in. Hold for a moment. Ah. Sit comfortably. Relax your shoulders. Relax your body, releasing all stress. Know that you are safe. I invite you now to have your palms facing up in your lap, for this is in the receiving mode. Now take another deep breath in and out. And if you haven't already, just gently close your eyes. And now, just to keep your attention and focus purely on your breath. Hear the sound, the calming of the breath, the fresh air coming in. And on the exhale, release any stress, any discomfort, any heaviness. Breathing out and releasing it all and feeling more and more relaxed every breath you take. Slow, deeply breathing. Just continue with no thought. Just pure breathing. And while you listen to my words, focus purely on breathing. No thought, no dialogue, no questions. And if they do arise, simply allow them to float away as you continue to relax your body. Relax. Breathe. Release. Notice how peaceful and good it feels. This is your divine connection. This is your divine essence. Here you are most connected to the universe. Here you will always find peace and the fulfillment of your wishes. Here, your desires are answered. You are being in the now. Feel the peace, the calm and support of this now moment. Feel every sensation, every sound around you. And just release it all. No thoughts. Just witness without dialogue. Every feeling, every sound, every sense. Just be with it. Just be all here. You're here now. So I invite you to use your imagination. Focus on your third eye chakra, the spot between your eyes. With your eyes closed, look towards your third eye chakra. Just keep focused there and keep breathing. Take a deep breath in and slowly out. Notice the sensation of high vibrational energies here. Now allow those high vibrational energies just to settle. Here you are becoming more aware of your connection to the divine. Slowly breathing, return to slow, deep breathing. Now, in this ultimate state, I invite you to use your imagination. Bring in your desire, your intention, your goal. Perhaps it's something you wish to manifest. Bring it to the center of your forehead, towards your third eye chakra, the spot between your eyes. And just visualize. Slowly begin to see it clearer and clearer. Exactly the thing that you wish to manifest. And bring it here into your mind, as if it's happening right now. In this reality, you see it happening. See it as if you've stepped into this portal, into this new reality, as if it's happening right now. Who else is around you? Where are you? What is your ultimate goal here? What is your ultimate desire? Your ultimate manifestation? Where are you? Who are you with? Bringing them all into this visualization. See them right now in this reality, as if it has happened already. Right now you are living it. What does it feel like? While you're at that stage, I invite you to bring your palms towards your heart chakra, one over the other. And while you are here now experiencing this moment, I'd like you to ask yourself the question, how do I feel right now? How do I feel right now seeing what I see? How do I feel? Is it a feeling of joy, of love, Is it a feeling of excitement that I finally made it here? I'm here now. Just rest in that feeling. What would you say? What are your words? What is your expression on your face? Is it a smile of joy? A feeling of excitement? How would you be in front of everybody right now? What would you feel? What would it look like or feel like? Again, using your imagination right now, as if it's happening now. Amplify those feelings, those emotions. This energy is in motion and is bringing you closer and closer to this reality. Continue to amplify the emotions. All here, right now. Who are you speaking to? Who is beside you? Look at them. What do you say? Are you smiling? How do you feel? While you're in this joyful, blissful state, take a deep breath in and out. And now gently, with your palms facing down, back on your knees, on your lap, palms facing down, feel your contentment. Feel. Absorb. This is a beautiful vibrational frequency. This realization, this visualization. Allow yourself, every cell of your body, to become one with this feeling. This vibrational frequency. Right now, as you know, this reality is here now. In this state, slowly breathing, feel the energy attracting more of what you desire from the universe within. It's here now. You know deep in your soul that the universal laws of attraction and energies know exactly what to do to bring you your good. Take a deep breath in and out. And with a deep sense of gratitude, release these visions and feelings, knowing they are already yours, knowing that everything always works out for the highest and best. Now bring yourself back into this moment. Roll your shoulders. And as you bring this spiritual energy, this spiritual vibration into this physical form, coming back into this moment, move your legs. Maybe stretch your legs out. Move your toes. Move your feet. Move your body. Twist your body. Move your neck. Move your head. Bring yourself back into this moment. Now take a deep breath in and bring your palms together. Rub them together. feel the energy. Feel the heat. Put them together. Now gently place your hands over your eyes. Awaken your senses. Now gently place them over your ears. Notice as you open up all the senses around the back of your neck. Now place your two palms together, pointing towards your heart. Be all here now. And now gently open your eyes and affirm with me, and so it is.
thoughts. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Nice to see your smiling faces and nice to have you here with us, those of you who are online. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Hamilton. My name is Marcia Daly and I am your presider for today. I have one fan in the audience. We begin our service by dedicating it to the Hamilton Regional Indian Center. The Unity Spiritual Center acknowledges the traditional owners of the land on which this gathering is held. We pay our respects to all First Nations people and acknowledge elders past and present. So next Sunday, September 18th, we will have a guest speaker. Her name is Brenda Jacobs, and she's the Cultural Capacity Trainer at the Hamilton Regional Indian Center. And she will join us to share about Indigenous culture. And after service at 11:30, there'll be a workshop about the medicine wheel. So I invite you to come back again, those of you who are here and online, to be part of this special service. And now we begin with singing Life is Wonderful, originally sung by Jason Mraz, and sung for us today by
It takes a crane to build a crane. It takes 2 floors to make a story. And it takes an egg to make a hen. And it takes a hen to make an egg. There is no end to what I'm saying. It takes a thought to make a word. And it takes some words to make an action. And it takes some work to make it work. And it takes some good to make it hurt. It takes some bad for satisfaction. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la, life goes full circle. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la. It takes a night to make it dawn. And it takes a day to make you yawn, brother. And it takes some no to make you young. It takes some cold to know the sun. It takes the one to have the other. It takes no time to fall in love. But it takes you years to know what love is. It takes some fears to make you trust. It takes those tears to make it rust. It takes some dust to have you polished, yeah. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la, life goes full circle. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la. Life is so life is so it takes a road to go nowhere. It takes a toll to make you care. It takes a hole to make a mountain. Yeah. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la, life goes full circle. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la, life is so wonderful.
you, Emilio. I also want to bring to your attention, starting the first Saturday in October, we're going to have a class on crocheting. You can be a beginner, or if you want to work in a group, you are invited. It'll last for 4 weeks, so it's just setting you up with the basics, but our objective is to make scarves. I hate to say it, but winter's coming, and we're going to need something to keep us warm around the neck, so we are going to make scarves that we will donate after, and we'll choose how we want to donate them. So next week there'll be a sign-up sheet. I encourage you to come on out and spend 4 weeks crocheting with us. And now, to lead us in our service, Reverend Ana Ajo Kangas.
Hi, everybody. So great to see you here. Let's take a moment of just silence, because it is the anniversary of 9/11 and just how it has impacted our lives, even though it was so long ago now. And just bring your attention back. There was a beautiful shot on Facebook of how they had transformed the area that had been exploded and imploded. And it was just a gorgeous park now. I'd love to get to see it someday. I hope that you do too. Have you been there? Yes. It's a wonderful memorial, and I think it's important that we come together in love. So what I'd like to do now is our opening intention, our opening prayer. And I'd like to give you a little clue on how you can connect with Spirit immediately. And that is, just imagine something that you love, or someone that you love. And as soon as you do, your heart is open. And guess what? Spirit is right there. So if you say, I don't know how to connect with God, yes, you do. So let's take a moment just to imagine something that you love, someone that you love. It might be a place, a person, an activity. And recognize that you are sitting in the love of God. You are totally aware of the presence of Spirit. And from this fabulous place, let's say these words together if that's comfortable. Life is good. God is all there is, and love is the only power. I align myself with the power within to create my best life, and so it is. And of course, this beautiful life, my life is a prayer.
What if a prayer is not a plea, a desperate call with tears that fall on bended knee, but breathing out and breathing in, it's God and that lives and breathes, my trusted friend. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. What today I had the chance to move and sway. God leads the way and my life stands. What if I knew without a doubt? No need to fear, God is right here, within, without. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a prayer.
Magnificent is the only word I can think of to describe what we just experienced. The absolute word for today, the affirmation is, I celebrate divine life each and every day. And the word, of course, is divine life. I am spiritually centered in whatever I do. I am consciously aware of unlimited divine life and so much more at the core of my beingness. In body and mind, I celebrate with wonder. I use perfect universal life to renew, revitalize, restore, and energize myself. I am wholly and vibrantly alive, aglow with pure, dynamic life. I greet the day with eager anticipation of the fantastic and unexpected, which are a normal part of my beingness. I'm ever evolving using divine principle according to the law of divine order, which is mind, idea, expression. In each moment, I strengthen my faith, courage, joy, wisdom, happiness, and love. I live each day in celebration of the universal principle of life.
This is for you, Gertie. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me share the good that overflows. Let me share the good that overflows. Oh, let my stance rebuild the path of peace. Let my stance rebuild the path of peace. Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder. Let me talk each day a little kinder. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
That is such a nice song. So are you ready to create a life that matters? I'm sure you already are, but I'm going to have some ideas for you based on a quiz that I found, and I think it's just great. So I think you're going to really enjoy it. And also, we're going to look at the quiet yes whispered to the soul. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but usually those wonderful directions that we get from Spirit are not loud and boisterous. They're usually a quiet whisper, aren't they? Just a little kind of an idea that goes floating by. So let's look at that a little bit more. Actually, your life never stops speaking to you. Have you noticed that? That there is this constant interaction. Actually, the internet is that way now too. We bought this bottle of wine for our administrator because we had a funny thing happen this week. And it was interesting. We wrote a deposit check for the new location that we're going to be moving to eventually. And the deposit check was to be cashed before we actually legitimately have the lease. And our administrator put November 1st rather than last week's date. And so there was a lot of, because there are two people that have to sign checks and there's all kinds of stuff that had to go on, and we were both really quite flustered and quite a long way to drive to bring a new check to and all of that. So I said to Randy, let's go get a nice bottle of wine for Brenda and bring it to her house so she can sit and put her feet up and just, know that we appreciate her and that mistakes happen. So I say the word Trapiche Malbec in the car, which is a really lovely red wine, and I'm not advertising wine here, but it's Argentinian. The thing is that it was all over my Facebook feed and my internet feed advertising this wine. It was as though the internet was listening to me in the car because it was broadcasting from my phone onto the car radio. And it was, so not only is your life speaking to you and listening to you, but so is Big Brother. So I was Siri, or whoever Siri is. So it was really quite interesting, and I thought, wow. So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, she posted a really nice picture of her drinking the wine, sitting on her deck. So all is well, and they got the new check, and so all is well. So you might think you know yourself better than anyone else, but do you know who you really are? Do you really? I mean, often if we ask someone who is close to us, tell me about me, they often will know you and see you better than you know yourself. They'll tell you stuff that maybe you didn't even really want to acknowledge. Good things usually, hopefully. The inward journey, let your life speak. The outward journey, who are you really? And mine to do are the three things I'd really like to focus on today. So let's begin with the inner journey. It's a full screen here, please. Just to show you this lovely picture, I thought it was really nice. So the Quakers say, let your life speak. When we allow our lives to begin to speak to us, we would be wise to listen. And you know, we're getting nudges and intuition and gut feelings and all of that kind of thing all of the time. And it's, are we listening? Are we paying attention? And when you do, how wonderful it is, because things work out so well. And when we don't, sometimes we say, gee, I should have listened to that voice, right? So life says, the very best parts of you, your being, have somehow been set aside or gone unnoticed. And I believe, I think that we don't fully express who we are. We want to be like everyone expects us to be. You know, we're taught that from the time that we're little kids. You know, we're kind of molded into a certain form of behavior, and school does that even more so that they can actually try and teach you something, because everybody, if they were being their authentic selves, would be difficult to teach them anything. Though there are schools that provide that type of a place for kids to learn, just to kind of be who they are and learn how they want to. But I'd like to look at this from the viewpoint of, what have you perhaps been squelching or ignoring or not allowing fully to blossom? Who are you really? And are you ready to invite these things into your being? Are you ready? Oh, I got two people said sure. Okay, how about you on? I know you all nodded, I can hear you. You can't hear a nod, I know. The word vocation actually comes from the Latin vocare, or voice. Did you know that? So a vocation is like your voice, who you are in the world. Vocation is therefore about the listening to the voice of spirit within and allowing its expression in, through, and as us. So if you're creative, that you continue to be more creative. If you're a singer, you continue to sing. If you're a writer, you write. If you love digging in the dirt, that's what you do to be your vocation fully. Letting your life speak is about making room in your soul for the signs and messages in and around you to lift you up. Because the world is constantly speaking to you, nudging you, giving you the opportunity to notice something, and you can say, gee, you know, I'd really like to do that. So how can you become more aware of these messages, these nudges? Vocation is not a title, it's not a role, it's not a job or an occupation. It's the quiet yes that's whispered in your soul. And your life actually never stops speaking to you. So are you listening? I hope so. So this is a series of videos. So they're going to be full screen from this point on, please, Julian. You can start with full screen now if you like. And it's about who are you really? And so you have a handout. The top page is the only one to look at this point. Hope you didn't cheat and read the rest, those of you in the audience. And for those of you online, I'm going to put it on our Facebook page, comment section below, so that you can watch this video again and go through it if you want to. So the top page is to answer the questions for this next section. Are you ready?
10 questions that reveal who you really are. You might think you know yourself better than anyone else, but do you know who you really are? There may be some aspects of your personality that you either subconsciously don't want to accept or don't even notice. Luckily, this test will open your eyes to your true self. Discovery test has 10 questions. After each one, you'll get 10 seconds to mull over your choice. After you pick an answer, you'll learn what your choice means. If you're ready to find out who you are deep down, then let's get started. 10. What's the first thing you see in this picture?
So what was the first thing? Anyone want to yell it out? Crocodile. Somebody else? Boat. Okay.
If you first noticed a crocodile, you're the type of person who sees the big picture. That could mean that you sometimes take the small details in life, like a walk in the park or a cup of hot coffee in the morning, for granted. But that's because there are always bigger things for you to concentrate on. You're likely to be practical and sensible. Taking risks isn't your thing. You're a bit on the cautious side when it comes to new experiences. If you saw a boat right off the bat, this means that you have an eye for detail. People often describe you as creative, attentive, and precise. At the same time, you tend to get too caught up in the small details and miss the big picture. At work or school, you may get engrossed in one part of a project and completely forget about the main task on the whole.
Yeah, someone in the audience just said, it was a nice boat though. Wasn't that interesting? Yeah. No, I mean, how real was it? Would you say that you'd agree with that assessment so far? Yeah. I thought it was quite good.
9. Now, what's the first thing you see in this image? If you immediately saw faces, you're pretty people-oriented. You're an extrovert, which means you need to change your battery through social interaction with others. You're friendly, communicative, and, in most cases, the life and soul of any party.
Anybody see faces first? No hands went up, okay.
If a candlestick stood out to you, you're more introverted. You often get caught up in your own thoughts. And if you have to choose between staying at home and going out, more often than not, you'll choose the first option. You have a few close friends that you adore, but you mostly enjoy being alone.
That was accurate, wasn't it? Yes.
No, when I saw these,
You,
I saw Buzz.
somebody saw a vase too. Well, that's basically what they were talking about.
Now take a look at this picture. Who would you help first?
Anyone come up with anything? I looked at the baby. That was my first.
Yeah.
Anybody else? The old person? Anyone else? The man with the crutches?
If you chose to help the guy in crutches, you're a leader by nature. You are organized, practical, and focused on your life and goals. People might find you a bit cold emotionally. If you decided to help the crying baby, you're a very empathetic person. Your friends know that they can vent to you about their problems and find peace after such conversations. Sometimes you get too affected by other people's emotions. Be careful that others don't take advantage of you. If you pick the nurse to help out first, you don't worry too much about serious problems. This woman is the only one in the picture who doesn't really need help. So choosing her means you take things that come your way lightly. You're optimistic and always look on the bright side of life. You're a communicative and adventurous person with a laid-back attitude. And if your choice was to help the elderly lady, you have high moral principles. Traditional values are very important to you. You respect elders, and the fact that they don't really do you any favor in return shows your selflessness.
for you.
7. A lot of people nowadays claim to be perfectionists, but are they really? Test yourself by choosing the odd figure among these 3. If you chose the gray figure, then you are a bona fide perfectionist. Unlike the others, the gray one isn't a square, but a rectangle.
Yeah, it's just slightly larger than a square. Interesting. I picked the square, yeah. So I guess I am a perfectionist. Now you know. Now you know the truth.
The next question tests your stress resistance as well as your survival skills. 6. You need to escape from a room, and you have 3 doors to choose from. Behind the first, there's a hitman with a loaded rifle. If you open the second door, you'll find a lion that hasn't eaten in 2 months. As for the third, there's a raging fire behind it. So, which door will you choose to survive?
Okay, so what did you pick? Lion. Anybody else? Fire. Anyone else? The hitman. Oh, another potential husband. Another potential husband.
5. Which coffee...
Did we?
No, we didn't.
Okay, so the explanation for it is that a lion wouldn't survive 60 days without eating, so that's the safest place to go, because it would be dead. The other ones, you'd probably be dead. Just saying. Sorry.
5. Which coffee are you? An espresso, double espresso, cafe mocha, latte, cappuccino, americano, iced coffee, frappuccino, or macchiato?
Okay, are you ready to find out?
If you're an espresso, you're more traditional and prefer to keep it simple. As for you double espressos, work means a lot to you. You're determined, responsible, and maybe a little impatient. If you identify as a cafe mocha, you value beauty, but also practicality. If you're an Americano, you're calm and keep your emotions under control. All you iced coffees out there are confident and honest. You probably also live in a hot climate. If you're a Frappuccino, you're friendly and outgoing, but you're also not opposed to just lounging around the house. If you're a latte, you're very thoughtful, but you can also be a bit indecisive. If you're a cappuccino, you're independent and logical. At the same time, you can be a bit of a dreamer. If you're a macchiato, you're sociable, energetic, and spontaneous.
So, was that pretty accurate for you? No, there's some nodding, some... Okay.
4. Imagine you're scuba diving and suddenly see a mermaid. What color is her tail? The color of the mermaid's tail shows how sociable you are and how well you interact with others.
So, what color is her tail? Green? Okay.
Pink, red.
Okay, and I said red.
Yeah.
If you imagine a mermaid with a bright tail, let's say red, yellow, or orange, this means that you're the type that can talk to just about anyone. If the mermaid's tail was darker, like green, blue, or purple, you're probably a bit shy. You may be very communicative with your close friends, but you're cautious around people you meet for the first time.
That one didn't hit bang on? No? I like the answer for me.
3. While you're driving, you also notice a fish. What does it look like? Is it friendly and calm, or aggressive and dangerous?
Someone said Nemo. I imagined a shark.
Fish represents the way you tend to resolve disputes. If the fish you imagined is docile and inoffensive, chances are that you can confidently stand up for your opinion and defend the things you believe in. If the fish is a predator like a shark, or it looks aggressive, you probably tend to avoid arguments and confrontation. It may be difficult for you to express your point of view clearly.
Yep.
2. You keep swimming and exploring this underwater world. You suddenly spot a beautiful shell lying on the seabed. What does it look like? The shell indicates how open you are towards the people around you.
So what kind of shell did you see? Oyster shell? I saw one of those like shell gasoline. What did you see, a conch? Conch shell? Okay, spirally one? Okay.
I saw a bowl of clam chowder.
Okay, a bowl of clam chowder. No shells there.
If you imagined a simple flat seashell, it doesn't matter if it's closed or open. It's not hard for you to reveal your thoughts and emotions to others. If the shell in your mind is intricately shaped or has some unusual pattern, you're likely to be more reserved. You aren't a person who easily shares the details of their life with strangers or mere acquaintances.
Mere acquaintances. Is that true? Would you say that's true? Yeah. Some say yes, some say no. Okay.
1. Finally, it's time to finish your diving excursion. You reach the shore and look around the beach. Are there any people there? The people on the beach represent your friends.
So, are there any people? Yeah. A few? I saw one person on the beach, way off in the distance. How about you, Amelia?
There's people.
There's people.
If the beach is crowded, you're probably a social butterfly constantly surrounded by friends and acquaintances. If you imagine just a few people on the beach, you might not have a ton of pals, but you cherish your small but close group of friends very deeply. And if in your imagination you found yourself on a totally empty beach, it's probably difficult for you to trust other people. You may be totally fine with having no friends at all. Have you found out anything new about your personality? Feel free to share your results in the comments below.
So, how did you like that? And did it reveal anything new about yourself that you didn't know? Isn't it interesting, though, that who we are shows up in everything we do, in the choices that we make, in our imagination and all of that. And every one of us, in some ways, are the same as each other, but in many ways, we're really different from each other as well. I just found it fascinating, and I don't know that there's any science behind this particular quiz, but I thought it was kind of fun to do. So what is yours to do? So all of the dialogue is in the papers afterwards, so you can read about them. So what is yours to do? It's not having what you want, it's wanting what you've got. It's words from Sheryl Crow in Soak Up the Sun. And that sometimes, in my past anyways, has been really difficult to just be content with what is. Always striving, wanting something more, something that I didn't have. And I'm finally much more contented. Are you yet in that place in your life? Can you say it's not having what I want, but having what I've got that makes me happy? Pretty much, eh? Sometimes. Life is a million little things. A job is not all there is. And whatever that job is, maybe it's a volunteer job that you have because you're retired, or maybe you're still working. But to remember that balance is so important. And there is so much more when we integrate who we are into the work that we do as well. To be truly authentic. And if you can't do that in the job that you do, maybe there's another job that you can do where you can be yourself. So for those of you that are working, that are here in the audience, for instance, are you doing something that makes your heart sing? Yep. Yes? Yes, I have to say yes too, for sure. And I don't have to say it, I want to say it. It's a good thing, eh? So the Buddhist concept of right livelihood encourages engagement in compassion, activity, and work. And it's that whole idea that everything you do, do it with compassion. You know, it's like the Seven Dwarfs, whistle while you work. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Can you whistle, Emilio? I can't whistle. I can't. Oh, yeah, some good whistlers here. Mary Oliver said, "Be determined to do the only thing you can do. Determined to save the only life you can save. Your life is your message to the world. Make it inspiring." So stop being what you think you need to be for someone else. Be yourself. Be fully yourself, because you know what? Even more wonderful things start to happen, and you'll meet people in a different way. And if you're looking for authenticity in friendship or in love or even in communication, the more open that you are, the more open all of that interaction is going to be. It's not always easy, but it's a really fun project to embark on because the results are worth it. So speak new into your life. How can you see the wonder in life? What might you do to see the wonder? I always admire my husband when he's out and about anywhere because he really is just interested in everybody. And anyone that he has an opportunity to talk to and smile at and say something to, even if they're looking grumpy, he ends up having them tell him all kinds of stuff. Like, what was it that one person you met this week, you said hello and you asked one question, and I think they told him...
It was an hour and a half later.
He said it was an hour and a half later. Told them the entire life, and I was sitting in the car waiting, wondering, like, where the... The thing is that when we're interested in others, just like when someone is interested in us, it's just so lovely to be able to share, isn't it? Now, there's not always the time. Fortunately, we had the time that day. Within your heart is a voice that's always speaking. The place where your deep gladness meets the world's deep need. And what I hear that phrase saying, the place where your deep gladness meets the world's deep need. If you've been sitting here in your life and wondering if you can make an impact on some of the things that are going on, just you being fulfilled, you being joyous, you being happy, already starts to make that shift. It doesn't begin with what the world but with discovering the joy and the meaning that resides within you. This is the work of living everyday wonder. There is a joy and a meaning for life that is just calling you, maybe loudly, maybe quietly, to just be happy. Do what makes you happy. Be joyful. Be grateful. And then everything else falls into place. So we looked at Let Your Life Speak. We did a fun little questionnaire that either worked for you or didn't, but it was fun, wasn't it? Yeah. And I gave you something to think about in terms of what's yours to do. So would you say this one with me? Today I listen to my life, telling me who I am. Then I tell my life what I want to do with it, because we are in control of our own lives. So it is. And Sue Riley with this beautiful song, It Works.
It works when I work it. Good comes pouring through. It works when I work it. These principles of truth. It works when I work it. My joy is multiplied. Everyone who asks receives. Every seeker finds. finds, I know that I am ready to receive the many blessings are pouring down on me, loving and releasing that little voice of doubt that says I'm not good enough and that I must do without. 'Cause I know that it works when I work it. My good comes pouring through. It works when I work it. This principles of truth. It works when I work it. My joy is multiplied. Everyone who asks receives. Every seeker finds. Everyone who asks receives. Every seeker finds. We have to have a dream before a dream comes true. If I trust my heart to lead, then love comes pouring through. Like an old friend of mine, my goodwill know my face. I'm making room for miracles, saving room for grace. 'Cause I know that it works when I work it. My good comes pouring through. It works when I work it. These principles of truth. It works when I work it. My joy is multiplied. Everyone who asks receives. Every seeker finds. Everyone who asks receives. Every seeker finds.
What was your takeaway today? Are you a little more knowledgeable about who you really are?
I'm gonna buy it.
Sounds like you're in a hunt for a man.
Was it so obvious? Darn. Anywho, my takeaway, interestingly, apart from that, was that nudges and gut feelings are really life speaking to you. And your vocation is the quiet yes whispered in your soul. Good. Hope you have a nice, interesting takeaway yourself. Right, Joan? And now let's turn our attention to conscious giving. We give thanks for all of those of you who support by giving to our community. And there are two ways to do that. You may, those of you online, give via e-transfer, or if you're here in the sanctuary, you may give by using the envelopes at the back of the chairs. And for everything we receive, we want to give thanks. So say with me, divine love that I am, blesses all I give and all I receive.
When I say yes, yes, yes to life, 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 I say yes, yes, yes to God. I claim my best. When I say yes, I say yes, yes, yes to life. When I say yes, yes, yes to love, 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 I say yes, yes, yes to God. I claim my best. When I say yes, I say yes, yes, yes to love. When When I say yes, yes, yes to prosperity, I say yes, yes, yes to God. I claim my best. When I say yes to prosperity. When I say yes, yes, yes to happiness, I say yes, yes, yes to God. I claim my best. When I say yes to happiness. When I say yes, yes, yes to life, 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 I say yes, yes, yes to God. I claim my best. When I say yes, yes, yes to life. Yes, yes to life. I say yes, yes, yes to life.
Thank you, Emilio. We are here to pray with you. And if you're online, you may send your prayer through prayer@unityspiritualcenter.com. And I know Reverend Anne is always available if you'd like the personal touch. And so our service comes to an end today. And we will repeat the prayer for protection.
So if it's comfortable, why don't you read this with me? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and so it is. And more of the best.
Look in the mirror and a friend looks back at me. A smile lights up my face and I know that I am blessed. So I expect the best. The best. Right where I am, I know I'm enough, just as I am. All that I want, all I desire is waiting here for me. The universe conspires to ensure my happiness. So I expect the best. My life, living my dreams, losing my fears, I'm spreading my wings, feeling alive, anticipating what the future holds for me. expect the best. I expect the best. I expect the best. I expect the best. I expect the best.
Very, very, very good. That's one of those earwormy songs. I'm going to be doing do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So I hope that you enjoyed what we presented today. And remember, join in next week because we're going to learn a little bit more about Indigenous culture. And for those of you that are here and in this area, come on down. We're going to have a wonderful workshop afterwards about the medicine wheel as well. And unfortunately, we don't have a way of having you participate online when it comes to the workshop, but I'm hoping we will as we move into the future. I've got a few ideas like that. So see you next week. Thanks again. I love you.